Court of Appeal have found the same thing. He appealed to Supreme Court. Court of Appeal said that he's not a member of this party. But this one, this case that we want today is not even the Kenneth Udeze that initiated it. It was Ukadike Chinedu, former BOT member of this party, and Ambassador Abdul Rashid, former national secretary of this party, and former woman leader, Esther Ezebuari. So they were the one who took me and my national executive to this court about our confession that we heard last year, 7th of October, at Olusegun Obasanjo Library. That is the confession that they came here to challenge our executive and the INEC. And in the wisdom of my Lord, they dismissed their processes. Yes.
Said to Chief Barrister Kenneth Udeze, the authentic national chairman of Action Alliance. So authentic in the sense that the High Court confirmed him as the national chairman of Action Alliance. Okay, so the FCT High Court sitting in Abuja here made him the national chairman of Action Alliance. The Omoaje that came to this court to challenge his authenticity, challenged the decision of the High Court in Court of Appeal, saying that the declaration of Chief Barrister Kenneth Udeze as the national chairman is illegal. But the Court of Appeal, after hearing the submissions of both parties, determined that Barrister Kenneth Udeze is the authentic chairman. Thereafter, Omoaje appealed to Court of Appeal. In that Court of Appeal, the court affirmed the decision of the FCT High Court that Chief Udeze is the national chairman. Currently, he appealed the decision of the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court. The appeal is still pending there. And he came back to this court again in breach of procedure and hierarchy of the court to ask the court, Federal High Court, that doesn't even have jurisdiction, to declare him the national chairman. That is the cross of this ruling that was made today. So parties before this court filed an application that the suit here be struck out because the Court of Appeal has confirmed his chairmanship and that he, Omoaje, has appealed to the Supreme Court, which the appeal is still pending. So when they came to this court, the court looked at the decisions of the higher court. Higher court in the sense that Court of Appeal is higher than this court, and the appeal in the Supreme Court has not been heard. You understand? So it is upon that the court today ruled that the suit here be dismissed because this court cannot rub shoulders with the decision of the Court of Appeal and the pending appeal in the Supreme Court. So that is what happened here today. This court rightfully and in its wisdom decided to dismiss the case here, the suit here, saying that it cannot continue with the suit here when the Court of Appeal has already made Udeze the authentic chairman and the Omoaje that is coming here to be made the chairman is on appeal. You understand? We have hierarchy of courts. Federal High Court only hears matters concerning whether a candidate of a political party for election is properly elected by the party. It doesn't have powers to determine who is the national chairman. I mean, a candidate who is trying to use a political party to contest. You understand? We call it pre-election matters. But any issue concerning leadership of a political party is being heard and determined by the state high court, as was confirmed in the judgment that made him the national chairman. So the issue of making him the national chairman in this court does not arise. You understand? It hasn't, because this court cannot do it. He's currently challenging the two judgments that confirmed today as the national chairman in Supreme Court. And that is why this court said, I will dismiss this suit because there are two judgments and an appeal before the Supreme Court. So the dismissal here is that the court cannot be hearing it here when there is an appeal in Supreme Court between two parties. And note that when there is a judgment between parties, it is binding on them until the Supreme Court determines. For now, the judgment of the FCT High Court making Udeze the national chairman of Action Alliance, and the one from the Court of Appeal Abuja here has not been upturned. It is until the Supreme Court upturned it that any other position will arise. So for now, he is still the authentic national chairman of the Action Alliance.
The representative of my legal team, Chipi Tugoke, to talk about the legal aspect of this matter. I want to really thank God Almighty once again for what has happened in the court today. You can imagine where opponents of Chief Barrister Kenneth Udeze, who came to Federal High Court so-called matter was dismissed on the ground that the Court of Appeal in Abuja have actually affirmed the leadership of Chief Barrister Kenneth Udeze as the authentic national chairman of the party. Why we decided to come to court is to let Nigeria know that these elements, they keep blowing hot and cold. You cannot be in Court of Appeal. Having lost your matter in Court of Appeal, you went to Supreme Court, and having gone to Supreme Court, you also indirectly look for a way to come to Federal High Court. And what Justice Omotosho have done today is to actually warn politicians in filing frivolous matters. What has happened today is that he have put a stop on all these frivolous suits. When you lose a matter at the Court of Appeal, you look for indirect way to see if you can get a window judgment. It doesn't work that way. So this ruling have also put a stop in the activities of filing frivolous suit from one court in KB to another court in Sokoto, for another one in Zamfara. So we glorify God and want to congratulate Action Alliance members across Nigeria, just like we have told you that we have informed them that we have swore to defend the oath. We have swore under oath to defend the constitution of the party. And that constitution of the party is what we have been defending. Wherever they take us, we have been winning. From Justice Enenche to the Court of Appeal. From Court of Appeal, we are back here in Federal High Court. We are still winning them. And we are waiting for the date of the matter coming up in Supreme Court. We also know that justice will be done. But presently, the leadership of the party, under my leadership and that of my team, Chief Barrister Kenneth Udeze, executive of Action Alliance, which the whole Nigeria, everybody knows that is still in INEC portal. Nobody have challenged that. Is still working towards the development and rejuvenation and reinvigoration of the party, so that we can begin to win election in Nigeria. All these distractions will come and go. We want to thank Justice Omotosho, we want to thank the Federal High Court for at least putting a stop in all these frivolous suits. People going for window shopping, looking for a way to find one judgment or the other. Justice Omotosho, in dismissing this matter, have put a stop on any party coming to Federal High Court or State High Court to litigate on issues that have already been decided at the level of Court of Appeal. So thank you very much for coming, gentlemen of the press.